your metabolism, right? Your body aging, your the weight gain, weight loss. So people who are deficient in thyroid will have, I'll either put on weight or lose weight, right? So there is the thyroid. Now this thyroid, this the for the for this sadhana is that breath practice. Will stimulate that region. That so so that will stimulate that gland. Vishuddhi is related to space element. Muladhara is earth element. Swadhisthana is fire, water. Manipura is fire. Anahata is wind. Vishuddhi is space. Okay, space element. Now Vishuddhi is the Adidevata or the Shakti of Vishuddhi Chakra is Shiva. The Shiva Yogi. Okay, Shiva consciousness, Shiva Yogi. Vishuddha means pure. There's no impurity at all in the Vishuddhi Chakra. Right? The space cannot be made impure at all. Nothing can stick to space. Space is empty, right? You throw anything, nothing can happen to space. This pure, it eternally pure. Space element is the purest element. Water can be pure. Earth can be smelling. Fire can have smoke. The fire burning is brightness. It can be covered by smoke when I say impurity. Right? Wind can carry smell. But what can stick to space? Nothing. Space is empty and pure. Shiva Yogi is the representation of that emptiness. Nothing, no attachment at all. Vairagya. Completely detached. That's Shiva Yogi. That's why the space element is represented by Vishuddhi Chakra. Shiva. Complete detachment. There's no attachment to anything. Nothing sticks to him. Free from all attachments. There is a serpent shown in the neck of Shiva. The serpent represents the Kundalini energy. Okay. So Kundalini energy rising to the space element is that chakra, that symbol. So you have seen now Kundalini practices, couple of Kundalini practices, the energy movements, and the silencing of the mind. When the mind is silent, there's a total detachment. There's no attachment to anything. Okay. Any questions? Should we check? So in space, everything is there in space. The earth, water, fire, and our body is in space. The space is in the body and body is in space. So all other elements form the body in space element. Okay. Space is the holding mechanism. But space itself will not be attached to anything. Space is, the body is born and dies, but still nothing happens to the space. Okay. We identify with the earth element, but when we identify the space element, we'll have a freedom, total freedom. So that is the Vishuddhi Chakra. Any questions?
So breathing we did know, that was for the Vishuddhi.
That's Soham, no?
So when we practice, if we practice just this and go into breathlessness, we can stop. We need not to medium.
If you're breathless, then nothing, you can't know because you don't know, no? Stop it. Right? So, any questions?
talked about expression of that.
Vishuddha is about expression. Okay, expression is what I speak, right? When I speak, what I speak is expression. When somebody speaks, it's expression. A poet writes poetry, it's expression. A musician creates, a musician sings or composes music, it's expression. A scientist creates a what is that object, creates creates a technology, invents, it's an expression. So the expression of life is this center. Why the expression of life is this center? Because this is center for sound. Right? Sound is the sound comes here, right? The sound has 4 layers, levels. It's called para, pashyanti, madhyami, vaikari. Para means beyond, in the consciousness. Pashyanti is it comes to the intellect level. Madhyami it comes to mind level. Vaikari it comes to the body level. Para, pashyanti, madhyami, vaikari. At the para, it's in the consciousness. Not cannot be seen or heard. Pashyanti means it starts at the intellect level. There's a desire to speak like that. Madhya means it comes to the mind level. Then images, thoughts are formed. Vaikari, the sound is produced. So the body, the sound is expressed in 4 levels: para, pashyanti, madhyami, vaikari. Right? So now the divine sound or the Vedas or mantras are called para. So they are beyond our thought. So a person who's realized person, when he speaks, he gets his inspiration from the para. Okay, the highest. The what is the highest filters down to the body level and mind level, body level, intellect level, and it expresses itself. But what happens? That highest level of inspiration is also available to you also. But what happens? Our mind starts interfering. The mind and buddhi, intellect, starts interfering. That interference, because of the interference, that highest level of inspiration or the truth will not be expressed. It will get corrupted, and our own thought process will come into picture. Otherwise, when we are Atma, whatever you speak should be from the highest level, the truth. But you're not, because you become the body, you become the mind. So the truth gets, whatever the highest truth gets corrupted. At the highest level, it's inspiration. Okay, the deeper inspiration to do something good or great. So that is the para, from para. But because of our mind starts filtering, we'll not be able to get that. So if you are able to touch that para and come back, then you will be able to come back with some original expression. Otherwise, all your expressions are mental, the programmed expressions, whatever is stored in the body and mind. Okay? It's like recycling. Most of your expressions are not original. It's recycling. Okay. But as you become more and more, mind becomes more and more silent and purified, it touches the para, or it's in para. So then whatever is spoken of is the great truths, the highest wisdom. Right? That's right. So that's why a realized person is called Saraswati Varaputra. Saraswati means the river. It's a flowing. I mean, its flow is called Saraswati. A realized person, when he speaks, he touches the para, and his speech flows with divine truths. In his speech, you can see the tinge of the wisdom which is not normal. So most of the people see the what you call as normal wisdom. I mean, what is the day-to-day mundane wisdom? A person who is realized or enlightened, his speech contains the tinge of the higher wisdom, okay, and it's fluent in the sense it's not interrupted by the thought process. The words flow, the music flows, the creativity flows, depending on what profession he is in. Any questions? As the system gets purified, you'll start more and more touching the para, the higher state of consciousness. Okay. There's silence, peace. The words of such a person will bring peace and harmony in the society. And your expression is that your talks, your music, your dance, whatever expression of life you have, is your expressions, right? As you become purify your mind, more and more it becomes a divine expression through you.
So whatever music or dance or whatever it is learned from somebody, right? But when you say if it is para, then we'll improve upon that or whatever that.
Yeah, it will become more, or it will reflect more harmony, more peace. For example, Osho was saying he used to go to Juhu Beach. In Juhu Beach, there was a sand sculptor, person who makes sculpture out of sand. That sand sculptor used to make statues of various gods, and people used to throw 10 rupees, 5 rupees, and all. After a cup of 1 rupee, 10 rupee, 2 rupee, and at that time, after a long time, he went again, and this time the sculptor is not making any god's sculpture. He is making sculpture of Buddha, people statues in meditation. Obviously, he gets less money because people are inspired by other gods, right? Then Osho asks him why. He says, I like this. I feel very peace while doing it. The same person is now reflecting his peace through sculpture. So a musician like Tyagaraja is a musician, but as he gets enlightened, his music starts reflecting the divine peace. There's a beauty in the enlightened poetry. There's a beauty in the enlightened wisdom. Understand? So that that enlightened wisdom contains something which you can't find normal textbook. Right? It opens up the divine energy, divine creativity when the person speaks, talks, or expresses through writings. Gitanjali, the poetry of Rabindranath Tagore, was the enlightened poetry. So one day when Rabindranath Tagore went to his garden, he saw the droplets of water on all leaves and plants. They were shining. The sun was shining on these leaves, on the drops. He saw suddenly as if it's millions of suns shining, and he felt total oneness with the existence. In that moment, the poetry called Gitanjali was born, the Nobel Prize winning poetry. The words of Buddha brought peace to millions of people. They are not ordinary words. They are coming from the highest state of consciousness, para. So let us hope that we will also touch that, so that we don't have worry to speak ourselves. The consciousness speaking. Okay. The enlightened speech, the enlightened poetry, the enlightened music, enlightened art, In Japan, they have called Zen art. Very simple sketches, 2 strokes that try to express the enlightenment through 2-3 strokes. Okay, that's called Zen art. Zen means dhyana, meditation. Then they have a Zen garden. If you go there, garden is laid out in such a beautiful pattern. Zen tea ceremony is there, where tea is served with deep silence. Clear? Any questions? We'll stop for the day. You want to? Huh? What is the expression?
Yeah, what?
Yes, my stomach is making expressing. Okay.